Ah, the chaos of shattered illusions and wounded pride. What a masterpiece it creates. They thought they had you cornered, didn't they? So sure of their twisted game, so certain you'd break under their weight. But you didn't. You didn't stumble, didn't shatter, didn't crawl. You stood, unyielding, and their world, it crumbled. They seethed now, consumed by the bitterness of their own failure. They wanted to see you plead, to watch you drown in despair. But instead, they saw you rise, untouchable, unbroken, beyond their reach. And oh, how it eats at them. Each moment you thrive is a wound to their fragile ego, a constant reminder that they were never as powerful as they believed. These manipulators, these puppeteers of deceit, thrive on control. They set traps, spin lies, and wait for the fall. But you didn't give them that satisfaction. You walked away, dignity intact, leaving behind their hollow games and empty victories. Now all they have is their anger, a venom that poisons them more with each passing day. You see, they thought they could own you, mold your narrative, define your worth. But you rewrote the story, tore their version to shreds, and left them as nothing more than a forgotten footnote. Their whispers of control turned to echoes of regret, and now they live haunted by your strength, by the image of you thriving in a life that no longer includes them. They call you cold, heartless, ungrateful. Let them. It's easier to vilify you than to admit their own weakness. But deep down, they know the truth. They pushed too far, underestimated the storm within you. Now, every moment of your joy is a reminder of their failure, every breath of your freedom a testament to their defeat. And their anger, it's their cage, not yours. While they stew in their own bitterness, you soar higher, free from their chains. They thought they were the strong ones, the ones in control. But look at them now, consumed by the very venom they tried to use against you. So let them hate, let them drown in the sea of their own arrogance. You owe them nothing, not your tears, not your energy, not even your attention. You've chosen strength, chosen self-worth, chosen you. And that choice, it's their undoing. They'll tell themselves stories, rewrite their memories, clutch at the fragments of their shattered pride. But they'll never escape the truth. You are their reckoning, the lesson they never wanted but desperately needed. Every time they see you rise, every time they hear your laughter, it burns them. And yet, they can't look away. You've become their obsession, their torment, the embodiment of everything they failed to control. So rise, my dear. Rise higher than they ever thought possible. Their anger is the ashes of their own destruction. And you are the phoenix, soaring above it all. Unstoppable, untouchable, unbreakable. They thought they could define you, but you've defined yourself. And now their regret is a fire they'll never extinguish. Let them simmer in it. You've already won. This world has always been ready to define you. Society lays out its rules, expectations, and boundaries the moment you take your first breath. They tell you what success looks like, how happiness should feel, and what path you should walk. But let me tell you a hard truth. If you live by their definition, you will die with regret. This isn't your story if someone else is holding the pen. Do you feel it? That burning frustration deep inside, the voice screaming, "This is not who I am." That's your fire, your essence. It's time to unleash it. They taught you to be quiet, to follow the herd, to conform. They said, be grateful for what you have. Don't dream too big. But why? Because the system thrives on your fear. Fear of rejection, failure, or standing out. They've sold you the lie that mediocrity is safety. But let's face it, the biggest risk in life is not taking one. Ask yourself, who benefits from your silence? Who profits from your obedience? It's time to see the game for what it is. Every time you shrink yourself to fit their expectations, you give away your power. Enough. The greatest enemy isn't out there. It's not your critics, your boss, or your circumstances. It's the voice in your head whispering, "You're not enough." That voice is a liar, a parasite feeding on your insecurities. Do you know where that voice gets its power? From every time you've doubted yourself. From every time you've allowed fear to paralyze you. You've been your own jailer. But here's the truth. That voice can be silenced. Not with words, but with action. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Those sleepless nights, the betrayals, the failures. They weren't meant to destroy you. They were meant to forge you. Diamonds are created under pressure, and so are warriors. Think of every hardship you've faced. Did it break you, or did it make you stronger? Pain reveals the truth. It strips away the illusions and shows you who you really are. Stop running from it. Embrace it. Let it fuel your rise. You have a choice. Every day, every moment, you can choose who you want to be. Will you remain a shadow of your true self, or will you step into the light? Choice is power. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You're the creator of your destiny. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the right time. The time is now. Excuses are nothing but chains. I'm too tired. I don't have the resources. It's too late for me. Burn them all. Every excuse you cling to is a barrier between you and your greatness. Think about it. Are your excuses stronger than your will to succeed? If they are, you've already lost. But if you're willing to let them go, you'll realize there's nothing standing in your way. Only you. You were born with a spark, a potential so immense that it terrifies those who see it. That's why they try to dim your light. But they can't extinguish what's inside you. When you tap into that force, you become unstoppable. No obstacle, no setback, no rejection can break you. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, you're dominating. You are not your past, you are not your failures. You are not the mistakes or labels others have placed on you. You are the author of your life. And today, the pen is in your hands. What kind of story will you write? One of defeat or one of triumph? This is your second chance. Make it count. When your time comes, what will people remember about you? That you played it safe, that you followed the rules, or that you lived with fire, passion, and purpose. Your legacy isn't built on words, it's built on actions, on the risks you take, the dreams you chase, and the lives you touch. Leave a mark so deep that the world can never forget you. The time for hesitation is over. The time for excuses is done. You are a force of nature, a fire that can't be contained. Stop waiting for the world to see your worth. Show them. Rise, fight, conquer. This is your moment. Take it.